Hi, Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today, over on my blog for Friday, I usually share quick and easy cards. So I did this no layer card, and then I wanted to come over and show you how I created this zhuzhed up version so that you can make your own. So let's get started with that. So for this zhuzhed up version of the Young at Heart card, we're going to use the same image from the Young at Heart stamp set. Let me set this aside. I've got a Whisper White panel for the focal point, and we're using some Memento ink. Let me ink this up good. And then turn my gals around here and stamp. And we'll see in a second whether I bounce this on there first. And if I did, I'll just flip it over and start again. Okay, we're looking good. Let's set the ink aside and start and grab my blends that I'm going to color with. Okay, let me see if I can move this in so that you can see and I can sit in color. Okay, sorry, we're going to adjust. Oops, too far. How's that? Okay, so I'm going to start with her pants here on the end, and I'm using Bermuda Bay. I'm going to start with the dark Bermuda Bay and put in some shadow, and then start and color that out. Continue to come back and bring that down with the light Bermuda Bay. And then again, I want to touch in across the bottom of the shirt here with the dark. And I don't want to go all the way out to the lines because, as you may know, alcohol ink continues to flow. Okay, so I want her shoes to be the dark Bermuda Bay. Let me just touch that in here. Okay, and let's see, I'm done with the dark. Now I have dark and light pool party and still the light Bermuda Bay. And we're going to do her top. Okay, so let me think where I want to start. I think right here along this shadow line. And this is dark pool party that I'm pulling it out with. And I may decide that I'm not going to use any of the light pool party. This color gets me fairly close to Calypso Coral. And then she should also have a shadow under the arm, and so I'm just lightly stroking some light Bermuda Bay in there. Again, I don't want to come all the way out to the line because the color continues to flow. Okay, so I think we're almost done with her. She's got some earrings up here, and so I'm going to use the bullet tips of these two markers and give her one of these little round with the dark, and then that was light Bermuda Bay and dark Pool Party on this one. Okay, and we'll put these aside. Now for gal 2, let's see, I think these are light and dark black, and I want some, I think this is Calypso Coral. Nope, this one's Calypso Coral. Is this one Calypso Coral? Okay, and then I want some Old Olive. Okay, so her pants, the middle gal, her pants are going to be black, and I'm going to do the same thing where I start under the shirt where a little shadow might be, and then pull this out with the, seems odd to say light black. Okay, and then we've kind of lost this mark on the back of her leg there, and so I'm going to put that back in with the dark black. And come along here with the dark, and then bring that down. And I'm not right up on the tip. I'm off to the side of the tip a little bit. That's a little gentler way to color with your blends. And then the same thing, I'm going to come in where this crease was, line, and then her shoes are going to be black while we're here with the black. Everybody needs a good pair of black pumps. Okay, let's cap these and move on to her shirt, which is Calypso Coral. So I've got light and dark Calypso Coral. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow here where the vest hits. And then let me turn this. And turn it again. I kind of like to color towards myself. I'm hoping that I'm in screen here for you. I don't normally sit and work. Okay, and then she's got another arm here. I don't want to get into her hair. Just want to gently move that up. Okay, and then we have the main body of the shirt. Well, we've got this little bit here where the neckline comes up. And then down along the edge of the vest here, again, we need a little bit of that darker color for that shadow. Want to work back and forth across that line. and move it out. Okay, let's cap these and do her vest. Light and dark old olive. Okay, there's a little bit of dark here by the hand. I need to be careful and not color the hand green. Might be time to add a old olive light marker to my next order. This one seems to be running out of ink. That's okay. I've had fun coloring with them. We're just going to touch a little bit in there, and then she's got just a smidge of vest that shows up here. Okay. Now for my next gal, we're going to give her a Night of Navy skirt. So just like the other ones, I'm going to put in a little bit of shadow here to start with. And this shadow is going to be under this zigzag of the peplum from her shirt. And then bring it out just a little bit. These gals look like they're out for a rollicking good time. I wouldn't mind joining them. How about you? Okay. And she's got a little crease here, so I'm just gonna go over it with the dark Night of Navy so that you can see that a little bit better. And then her shirt is going to be Granny Apple Green, one of my favorite greens right now. So let's see, of course we need to start with the dark, and I'm going to put some dark in around the seam of the shirt here, and turn this and work that out. Make sure I'm not giving anybody green skin. Okay, and need a little bit of dark bit here underneath the hand because it would cast a little bit of shadow. And then I need a little bit under the arm. Let's touch this in quickly and there's no hard and fast rule about the shadowing. It's just when I look at it, I think, okay, if there's something hanging over it, then there might be a shadow there. Okay, so, let's make her one bracelet green. And that's Granny Apple Green. And then we'll make her other bracelet light Night of Navy to go with her outfit. And now we need to color some hair. So I've got, these are smoky slate, light and dark smoky slate. I don't want the bullet tips, I want the brush tips. Sorry about that. And I'm going to start with some all over light hair. Sorry if you're hearing the mowers in the background. I guess everybody's getting ready for the weekend. And then I just want to stroke in a couple of little bits of the dark, and her hair is done. And then I've got light and dark soft suede, and then I've also got the bronze because it's a nice brown shade. So just have to pay attention to which is which. So this gal needs some boots. And let's see. Okay. That's what we wanted. And then the light soft suede. Her boots didn't need to be bronze. And then touch lightly and come back up. Okay. And I'd like just a little more back here. I'm going to give that another go with a little shading on the back. Okay, so now we're going to play with her hair, and let's see how I want to do that. I'm going to start and put in some bronze. And I started thinking about her hair, and I think her hair is kind of like mine, where there's some brown going on, and then there's also some bits of white going on. So we're going to let her have her naturally colored, let's see, with some light soft suede to lighten this up a little bit. Hair is always an interesting thing. That's a work in progress for me in the coloring game, is working on the hair. So we'll leave her with that little white patch in the front, just like I've got. Okay. And now to cap these up, got to match all the caps to the right colors. Okay, and then my last gal here, we're going to give her some Cajun Craze and some Daffodil Delight. Okay, and then the light Daffodil Delight, and let's see what we can do to they wouldn't hire me to do someone's hair, let's just say that. Okay, So let me find this last cap. Here it is. And then we need to put in some grounding for her. To create the ground, I've got a little scrap of vellum here, and it's a technique that I call light Stampin Blends. And what I'm going to do is color on my vellum. This is light smoky slate. And then I've got my color lifter here, and I'm going to draw it in with this. Now normally the color lifter doesn't pick up color, but on the vellum it does, and so it allows me to get that lighter shade, because I just want the idea that there's some ground underneath these gals rather than there being lots of dark under there. Not drawing in a floor, just giving the idea that there's something underneath them. So, and then we'll just give this a swish because we did pick up ink with it. And there we go. So, next I'm going to take my corrugated embossing folder and a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock and spritz it lightly with alcohol. That softens the fibers, and then this needs to go in so that the short end is up against the seam here, and then when you run it through your die cutting machine, it needs to go in seam end first, and that will keep the cardstock from tearing as it goes through. While I'm die cutting, using the die cutting machine, I'm also going to use the lace die on a piece of Whisper White, and then once that is cut, I'm going to cut it out with the largest stitched rectangle. So hang on just a moment and I'll be back with all those pieces and we'll put this card together. Okay, so I have my Whisper White base, my corrugated layer, my lace layer, and then my focal piece here. And I realized as I walked back in, I hadn't given these gals any lipstick or colored their cheeks. So we're going to do that real quick here. Again, the color lifter, and I have some light lovely lipstick on my vellum for that light blends technique. And they're all going to get the same color here. Just brightens them up a little bit. Okay. And then let's see about some lipstick for them. This could be a real challenge because I can't put my head in the frame to color these. And I'm just dotting in with the bullet tip and hoping for the best. I don't know that lovely lipstick goes with her outfit, but that's what she's got. And let's see if I can hit her lips and not her teeth there. I need to pull this towards me just a smidge. Okay, I think we got it. We're going to soften hers just a little bit. Okay, now let's put this card together. Put these out of the way. We're going to adhere the corrugated piece directly to the Whisper White base with multi-purpose glue. And it's just got a nice narrow border there, which will make the whole thing pop. And then this piece needs some dimensionals. And I think we're going to use the Whisper White Baker's Twine. And I've doubled it over and pulled it around because I'm going to tie a double bow. Let's see if I can get a pretty one. I'm going the wrong direction, I think, for it to lay nicely. Let's see, did I give myself enough? Not quite. I need to come just a smidge further around. And yes, I do usually tie my bows this way, still attached to my spool. Okay, nice bow, nice tail. So let's cut that, and we'll cut this. Looks like a little package a little bit. Stick that out of the way. Ugh, fighting the dimensionals never fails when I'm on camera. Let's see if I can center this. Okay, and my gals here need some dimensionals. You'll notice the back has ink that bleeds through. That is normal when you're coloring with alcohol markers. So you cannot color directly on a single layer card, a no layer card, let's call it that, a no layer card with Stampin Blends or any alcohol markers. They will bleed through the paper, and that's a normal part of the coloring process. And let's move my bow a little bit. And I think they need to come down just a smidge. Okay, and then let's see what we can do to give them, I think they need maybe some of the glitter enamel dots. Give her one here. And that may just get the one. Okay. There we have it. Today's card. This was Sara Levin, the Artful Inker of theartfulinker.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and then hop on over to my blog, The Artful Inker, and purchase your Stampin' Up! Products. Bye. Have a great day.